Hello, everybody. This is Victor Jimenez. I'm your executive director for the OUTshine LGBTQ plus Film Festival. And thank you for joining us for our virtual Q&A for Boys Hurt 2. We're happy today to have the lead actor, Mr. Theo Mack. Let me bring him into the broadcast studio.
Hey, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, no, thank you for taking your time today to be here. First of all, I want to say that you, basically, I think you're in every scene of the movie, and you had a great performance, and I want to applaud you for that. And let's just start there. How did you come to be in this film? Like, what was your process? Like, how were you cast in the film, and what was your takeaway from the role?
It started on Backstage. It's an app I've been using for about a year and some change. I've been trying to get into acting. And then I found Tyson and them, and they gave me the ideas of what they wanted. And, being the person, I want to be ambitious and I want to put my first foot forward, so to speak. I just jumped on top of it. And it's been interesting. I learned a few things. Acting isn't as easy, so to speak, as it may come off. There's a lot of time and dedication to do that. So yeah, it's very humbling.
No, definitely. Let me ask, once you were cast in the role, did you have like a very collaborative process where, the director, they took your input? Did you have a lot of input into the way the character was portrayed? Did you offer ideas that they were like, that's a great idea. Let's run with that. Like, how involved were you in like actually crafting the role and the input that you were able to give to it?
I think I wanted to make sure I gave them the character that they had the vision for, but at the same time, they allowed me to, as far as the lines go, if I wanted to use my own type of slang or that type of thing, or my facial expression, yeah, go for that. Like if they said, "Hey, bro," and I don't say bro, and I say dude, I can say dude or whatever the case may be. So they allow my vocals to come out that way. But as far as the character, I just wanted to be as straightforward as they would want it.
And it was a really good character. Like one thing just about the story, like I'm watching the film, and then you kind of think. You're learning about the, Jake and then what's kind of going on. And you're kind of in my head, I'm figuring one thing, but then all of a sudden you realize, well, it's actually not that. There's almost like a mystery to it, like what's actually going on. And I thought you really did a good job with just basically, portraying, like us trying to figure out what you're feeling and what's actually kind of going on with it. And I wanted to give you that compliment in the role. And then, oh my God, I had a question at the tip of my tongue, and now I'm drawing a blank on the whole scenario. What it is what I liked about the film is, often you see in films, the stereotypical stoic male character, and what I really liked about this character and the way you portrayed it is like, the character comes across that way, but no, he's deeply emotional, and he has these feelings, and he's trying to figure out how to process them, and you really did a great job conveying that confusion and the whole scenario. Like, were there any scenes that were just really difficult for you to perform in the film?
I think because I'm not typically the type of person to put my life out there like that, especially in that format. But it was, like I said, it was a great opportunity for me to, showcase my talents and skills. But yeah, I think probably the biggest piece that had me a little nervous was, I think it was a scene with Jake. Me reminiscing on Jake's brother, and I was eating cereal or whatever. And I was like, you my brother now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm about to go for it and handle business, if you know what I mean. And it was a little interesting to piece that piece together. I'm a typically chill guy in person. The character in general wasn't really who I am, but yeah, the whole thing I think was a bit different for me, but it was fun, man. It was fun.
That's why you're an actor. It gets you. You're not playing yourself.
Right.
Was there like a scene or dialogue that you were like, wow, I don't know how am I going to actually perform this? Like, I don't know where this character's coming from, or like this is difficult. Like, was there like a particularly challenging scene for you to do in the film?
I think because this was my first film, the crying piece, I didn't master that yet, and me trying to cry and bring those emotions out, it was funny, man. You should have seen the outtakes and stuff. I would make these ugly faces trying to bring tears out my face, and it was just hilarious. But as far as being angry and stuff like that goes, I surprisingly did that pretty well. It wasn't too difficult for me. I think he's naturally angry, and bringing that emotion, that piece, I can do that way better than I can trying to force water out of my face.
No, definitely, definitely. You know, I don't know why this popped into here, but it's like it was just like one of the funny scenes. Like, there was like a little still like even though the film itself is for lack of a better word, it's a heavy film. There were moments like of like I guess levity. Like there's a scene where you drop the phone into the bathtub. I think it was like another, and then you stick the phone into the rice afterwards, and then you spill the rice. I like it was nice to have that bit of humor in there to just kind of like not make the film so heavy in the whole scenario. The the other thing that was interesting is like I thought that the dialogue in the film was really good. There was that one line, I think you were just talking to Jake's memory, like, oh, there's no such thing as like true friends anymore, in that whole scenario. Like, was there any good dialogue that you connected with, like where you're like, wow, that's actually a very true thing, like in that type of scenario where like, wow, that's profound. I'm glad I get to say these words, or it makes you think.
Let's see. I think because I have experience with dead relatives or people who've passed away, and so everyone. I'm assuming at some point in their life, when someone passes away, they may have those certain talks to themselves, or trying to find that inner peace, talking to them, and dad or mom, however you want to do that. So with Jake, I thought it was pretty easy because I've had those moments in my life. So I just flipped whoever that relative was and put Jake's name in there. I think it made it a little bit more simple for me. And yeah, he pieced it together nice. I like how he put it together. It just is smoothly transitioned.
Yeah, definitely. The other theme I liked, and it goes to that friendship line, is it kind of happens like your character was basically guilty by association. In other words, you didn't do anything wrong, but just because of what kind of happened and what came out, like all of a sudden, you're just guilty by association, and it's a good barometer of like it does happen in society, with like social media, or just even before that, it kind of happens. That it happens with the character. Oh, my, so and so goes to my church and they told me, and I, and for lack of a better, I can't hang out with you anymore. And it was like, well, you didn't do anything wrong. It was, it's, like there is a certain unfairness in this whole judgmental scenario. Like, I don't know, did you have anything in your personal experience that made you identify with what was going on with your character there?
I can't really say too much. Maybe when I was younger, my brother would do something and we all get in trouble no matter who. Like, I'm gonna figure out the right one, But that was deep, man. I don't think I've been in those situations before, but definitely as kids, man. Definitely as kids, we all get whoopings if somebody do something wrong.
No, definitely. Well, Theo, no, thank you very much for taking the time to be here today. It is very much appreciated. I enjoyed the film greatly. There was a lot in there that made me think, and I'm sure, quite frankly, like a lot of our audience is going to, have a similar takeaway. And I just want to say thank you to you, your performance, and also the team that put the film together, putting a great film, and also like allowing us to show it to our audience here. It's definitely much appreciated.
Thank you, man. Again, I appreciate you having me on here. This has been brilliant, man. I do appreciate this. Anytime again, I'm willing.
Not a problem. And then we're glad to, hopefully you're in some more stuff that we show, and then we'll definitely have to bring you back, and not a problem.
Yes, sir. Just let me know.
Not a problem. And then for our audience, we're going to play the trailer for the film. And then here we go.
Awesome.
Jake, what the fuck?